Hi everyone, this is Robin from Rose's Liberty, and today I am planting tomato seeds. So I'm planting tomatoes. I said I wasn't going to plant a bunch of tomatoes, but I'm planting tomatoes. I am just using commercial potting. I kind of siphon it with my hand to make sure if there's any big chunks, and just put them aside. I do add sand. In the past I've had trouble with things getting too tight in the, I think it's called root bound. So I do add some sand to my potting mix, but I'm just sifting through it in my hand right here, making sure there's no big chunks before I put them into the pots. I will show you the 8 different varieties I am planting. Most 4 are cherry tomato size, and there's 4 others. So last year they got away from me when I was rehabbing my shoulder and there was a big mess. But years before that, I was always putting the full-size tomato plants in pots. They did very well. I just had to make sure that I watered them accordingly. The seeds I'm planting 4 full-size tomatoes. They just happen to be all from MIgardener, and we are not sponsored in any way. It just happens to be what I have in stock. So they are Homestead tomatoes, Abe Lincoln, Old German, and Chocolate Stripes. And then I'm planting 4 different varieties of the cherry tomatoes, which is the Tropical Sunset, Black Cherry, Moneymaker, and the Purple Bumblebee tomato. And those are in addition to the micro tomatoes I have planted already. So this is the window garden. These are all seedlings that are going outside eventually, except for the microgreens. Those are doing really well. Those are planted on the 22nd of January. The long-standing cilantro is planted around January 15th, 16th, I think 16th and 17th. And then these are the tomato plants that I'm putting down. I currently do not have any more of the double containers. I'm using these. I put water in the bottom. There's holes in this one. Water's in the bottom of this, and it's self-watering. But we have a tray of micro tomatoes, pink celery, Utah celery, some peppers, some Jimmy Nardello peppers. I'm having to move things out of the way to make room for these tomatoes to be on a heat mat. I just have a bench here that I've had things rotating on and off. There are a lot of onions, shallots. There's some broccoli right back there. And this is leeks right here. Melissa Craig onion, and Lisbon white scallions over there. The ones that you see here were just planted a couple days ago, and those are artichokes. So I'm going to try those out, and these are the tomatoes are not staying there. I'm going to take these pans, put some water in the pan, and put the tomatoes plants in there. Eventually I'll get to the store and pick up some additional loaf pans that have the lids. I still have plenty of lids that I can use on these, but they don't fit. These containers are slightly smaller than the big ones here. But for right now, I'm going to put 2 seeds in each of these pots of the 8 varieties that I just showed you. They are on a heat mat, and I'm going to put water in the bottom so they can self-water. There are holes in the little pots, so, and I also moisten the water beforehand. I'm sorry, I also moistened the soil, the potting mix I was putting in there. I moistened that before I put it in the pots. A little bit more in this one. So as promised, this is a very short video. I just want to give you some information of what all I'm working on at the moment. I planted the artichoke seeds just a few days ago. There are additional videos. Come here, buddy. There are additional videos coming out on what all I'm actually doing. I've actually been out. We've had a couple of days of really nice weather, so I had all the covers off the raised beds and what's going on out there, as well as now everything's covered because it's supposed to snow tonight. So my growing season here in the Tidewater area of Virginia, I have wetlands behind me. We have different rivers, other wetlands. So my growing season, the last frost date is April 15th on average. It could be the 13th, it could be the 17th of April, but the first frost date is November 15th. Could be the 13th, could be the 17th. So that's the growing season I'm looking at, but we have a fairly mild winter. It gets down really cold at certain times. The tunnels work. So that's the quick update on my window garden that's going on right now. It's all the seedlings that are eventually going outside. It's mostly onions, shallots, leeks, that sort of thing. I just planted a whole bunch of artichokes, and I've planted some more tomatoes, and I'll get some more information out about that. But for right now, they're doing great. The heating mats are working really well, and everything's coming up. I'm not getting that overwatering root bound and everything dying like I used to, because I'm watering from the bottom and it just kind of regulates more, and I'm not pouring the water from the top or even misting from the top and just knocking over these delicate plants. So everything's working pretty well this year, knock on wood. And take care, everybody. This is Robin from Rosa's Liberty. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that bell icon. All those kind of things that you could do are really helpful. So take care, everybody. See you soon. Bye.